YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, as you can see, we are continuing the playoff build series. We're going to finish off with OKC. And yeah, you can see this is Cason Wallace. I figured it would be a little bit interesting to do something different with, these builds in particular. And I figured, why not go for a Cason Wallace build? It would be interesting. Not a lot of people would consider Cason Wallace, considering that he's usually a bench player throughout like the regular season. He did obviously start for quite a few of the games in the finals, but I mean, they usually had him on the bench because they would run their double big lineup, and then it would be a Dort playing as a shooting guard, with J-Dub being the small forward. Then you would also have Caruso coming off the bench and everything like that. But I'm not going to make a J-Dub build, though, unfortunately. I'm not going to make an Alex Caruso build. I already made those two builds earlier this year. If you guys want to check those out, the score first two-way threat build that is on the channel, the J-Dub build specifically. Then also, like at the beginning of the year, I think it was like the first week that the game was out, the first week or two that the game was out, I made an Alex Caruso build. Go ahead and check those out. Obviously, the Caruso build might not be up to snuff on how I would probably make it now, knowing everything that I have learned throughout the year and, had played the game all year. But obviously, I don't want to just make another Caruso build. That will be coming in 2K26, though. And I'll talk more about that in another video. So we do have Cason Wallace, and then I'm going to make Dort as the next one, just to give you a little spoiler. But obviously these build videos will go up as members first, and then you guys will be able to see it when they come out. So obviously, if you guys are not a member yet, go ahead, hit that join button, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification icon so you never miss out whenever I upload. And be prepared, because obviously when we do get 2K26 info, whenever those the info drops for that, whether it is the pre-order stuff or the court start reports that we usually get, I will be practically recording my live reactions to the court start reports, going through it and everything, and then uploading it onto the channel so you guys can prepare for that as well. But yeah, I'll go more in depth on all the content that's coming up here soon in another video. But anyway, Cason Wallace's build is pretty fire, and I got the okay from an OKC fan. So for the people that are OKC fans that think that this build is not up to par, you guys are gonna have to settle that with another OKC fan, because I showed him the original version of this build. There was like minor tweaks with it. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same build as it was when I originally showed my buddy the build, which is great because, we're both within the same Discord community. We're both really cool with one another. I'm an Indy fan, he's an OKC fan, so it was like a lot of fun this postseason getting to jabber back and forth with him about the finals. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, congrats to Shea and that young OKC team, man. Caruso getting another fucking ring. I'm actually happy for him getting another ring, because he's definitely one of the better players. He can make any team really, really good. Like, it doesn't matter if he's starting, doesn't matter if he's coming off the bench. He's good on any team. He gives that defensive prowess, that spacing ability. He's athletic. He's always going to go for the rebounds, play physical. I'm a big Caruso guy. I'm a big Caruso guy. Yeah, but this build here, 92 close shot, an 85 driving layup. We gave him a 70 driving dunk. And I know like some of these stats are going to be pretty close to what he has, what Cason Wallace has on the actual roster. So when you actually go take a look at his character in the Play Now roster for the current version of him, like he's got the 70 driving dunk, he's got an 85 driving layup, he's got like a 94 close shot. I didn't want to give him 94 because it makes no sense here. The only thing that would make sense is being able to use caps just to get the paint prodigy on Hall of Fame. Not like it really matters. Or be able to get to, use 4 caps to get float game on Legend. Not like it really makes too much sense here, but I mean, the option was there, but I just decided I don't really care too much about it. There's a bunch of cap break opportunities later on, which I'll tell you guys about when we get there. The 85 driving layup is perfect, though, because we do get that layup mix master badge, and we have the opportunity at getting some other things added on. Obviously, if we wanted to, Aerial Wizard can be upgraded. We would have to use all 5 caps, though, to get to an 80 vertical, and we would have to have an 87 driving layup. So we can easily utilize 2 caps on the driving layup, 5 caps on the vert, giving you 7 cap breakers total to use there, just to get Hall of Fame aerial wizard. But, you know, I don't really think there's any point in using any caps for finishing at all, besides maybe the driving dunk. We'll talk about that in a second. But we have physical finisher on silver, aerial wizard on gold, float game on Hall of Fame, silver, layup mix master. I feel like that's pretty decent badge layout here for somebody that can finish but isn't necessarily focusing on finishing. So that's pretty decent there. And then the driving dunk, we don't have posterizer, but we do have gold aerial wizard. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. You could use 3 caps on post or on dunk to get posterizer. That would be pretty solid there. But for the most part, he can dunk, obviously, but it's not like he's dunking, you know, consistently or as consistently as somebody like J-Dub or Lou Dort. So those, like, obviously it's like the Lou Dort build, even though it's pretty similar to this build here, obviously has some differences among the two, because obviously it's like one is 6'3", the other is 6'4". And, you know, obviously there's just going to be major differences among the two just in general. But obviously Lou Dort's going to have higher driving dunk ability. So that's really like the main one here is like Lou Dort, higher driving dunk ability and, you know, lower playmaking and, you know, like better strength, better mid-range shooting. They have like the same 3-point shooting, I think is what I gave them both. I'm not sure. I would have to look. But yeah, pretty good stuff here though. 70 driving dunk, good enough for some animations and everything there. Shooting though, we do have an 89 mid-range and 83 3-point rating, 82 free throw. Now the 89 mid-range does give us that set shot specialist, and we can even utilize cap breakers here if we wanted to use all 5 caps. That means that we can get mini marksman on gold, which is pretty damn good. But then alongside that, we will be able to get gold Deadeye by using 3 caps. And then we also have set shot specialist that we can get with the mid-range being at a 93. So we can easily get that with 4 caps. And then using 2 caps, we get gold 50 shooter. So we can get everything here upgraded to gold while also getting set shot specialist to Hall of Fame, which is pretty damn good if you wanted to use all 5 caps here for our mid-range, which is pretty good. And just to show you, we can get to a 93. So it's not like we're going to be able to get mini marksman, unfortunately. So we can, obviously we could be able to if we drop the wingspan down here. So if we drop the wingspan down, then you'll be able to. So either way, it doesn't really matter. You can go with the 6'8" wingspan. Regardless, doesn't matter because you can get the 99 steal. So that's always an option to go with the 6'8" wingspan, just so you can get the ability to get to a 94 to get mini marksman on gold. I feel like that would be kind of nice there. And then obviously with the 83 3-point rating, we do get bronze limitless range. We're not able to get it upgraded to silver with caps, unfortunately, but we do got the 83 for it, so we can get bronze. Pretty good stuff there. For playmaking, I went with a 78 pass accuracy just to give him a little bit more of, you know, passing ability since he is kind of like shorter. You know, kind of similar to like Isaiah Joe. They're both kind of shorter players. They're both very, very similar. Isaiah Joe more of like an actual like 3-point specialist kind of player among the two. Personally, I feel like from just watching him play, I feel like he's just more of like a true backup point that can now obviously can play defense, but is more so focused on his shooting ability more than anything. Meanwhile, everybody else is like focused on being able to, yes, be kind of like a 3-and-D, but also be able to shoot in the mid-range and be able to finish at the rim to some degree. So I feel like Isaiah Joe is more of kind of like that traditional like 3-and-D points kind of player among like, you know, all the guards. But for Cason Wallace here, gave him a 78, give him versatile visionary. You know, you have the ability to use 4 caps to get dimer on gold if you really wanted to, so that's an option. But for the most part, silver break starter, silver dimer, bronze versatile visionary. You cannot get bailout. And with the 75 ball handling, pretty good stuff here. I mean, of course, I dropped my ball handling by 1, and it drops my speed with ball and my driving layup. Crazy. But yeah, 75 is pretty solid. Nothing too crazy. He's not really like an insane ball handler or anything like that, but he's pretty okay at being a ball handler. Ankle assassin on bronze, handles for days on bronze. You have strong handle on silver. And then we also have unpluckable on bronze as well. So nothing really too crazy unless you really wanted to use all 5 caps to be able to get to unpluckable. But that's really, really about it. Speed with ball, he's a little bit shorter, so I wanted to give him a little bit higher speed with ball rather than just a default 75 here. So yeah, I feel like an 80 just feels pretty good. It does seem a little bit awkward in my opinion to see an 80 speed with ball. Like just the number just feels awkward because like it's either like a 75 or you upgrade it to like an 86 so you can get lightning launch. I don't know, it's just weird to me seeing an 80. Unlike last year where it's like 80 was kind of like the perfect break point because you got Devin Booker dribble style last year. But 80 speed with ball is pretty good. Obviously, you still get some really good dribble styles, but you don't get lightning launch, unfortunately, on gold. You do get to keep it on silver, if I can even speak without having a damn stroke. You get to keep it on silver, even though you don't get it on gold, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But it's still pretty solid. Now, with the defense, we do have a 51 interior, but that's nothing really too crazy there. We have a 94 perimeter, 96 steal. We have a 55 block. We got a 48 offensive rebound, 54 defensive rebound. The rebound, wing of 54, is only at a 54 because of our perimeter defense. And we also increased offensive rebound a little bit just because why the fuck not? It doesn't even cost a lot to upgrade, so we might as well utilize it. But the perimeter defense being a 94, man, I mean, originally at 92 is what we get challenger on, but obviously we have, you know, on ball menace and pick dodger upgraded as well to gold. And ultimately, we can use 5 caps to get to a 99 perimeter defense, which is pretty damn solid. Now, getting to a 99 is not going to guarantee you the legend badges, obviously, because you would need, I think, a 92 agility in order to get all of the defensive badges to legend, especially pick dodger, I believe. If I'm not mistaken anyway. I do believe an 87 is what you need for on-ball menace on legend, if I'm not mistaken. I don't quite remember. But regardless, you can still get to like a 99 perimeter defense if you really wanted to. You can get legend challenger. Obviously, you'll be able to get legend off-ball pest as well. So yeah, so pretty good stuff here. Obviously, you won't be able to get pick dodger upgraded because, like I said, you would need the agility upgraded as well, which you could easily, you know, use caps on agility if you really wanted to get all these on legend. But I don't really think it's 100% necessary. Getting that challenger on legend is good enough because you'll get these other 2 on Hall of Fame, which means that you can use a max +1 on your on-ball menace if you really wanted to get that on legend after you get to the Hall of Fame version. So that'd be pretty good stuff there. And then the steal rating being a 96, so you can use 3 caps, get to a 99, get legend glove and interceptor. Don't know why you want to do that, but I feel like that'd be pretty good stuff there. 55 block, man. Underrated blocker. He obviously has like a decent block rating in the game as well. I think he's got like a 58 block rating, which is insane to me. But 55 I feel like was good enough just so he can get some blocks. Not like he's going to get blocks every single time because he's 6'3", but in the right position, he will be able to get some blocks going for him. And then rebounding, nothing really too crazy here. Just can get some boards whenever they come to him. And then here we have an 88 speed, 87 agility. Originally, it was like an 87 speed, 87 agility. But I figured I might as well just go up to an 88 speed just to get that 1 extra point there. Because you want to use caps on speed as an option of like doing certain things. Get speed to a 92. And then have 1 cap breaker in agility to get to an 88 on agility. Be able to get that Hall of Fame slippery off ball would be pretty solid. That's if you really wanted to. But that would give you 5 cap breakers. So all 5 cap breakers for, you know, like starter 3 or vet 2 or whatever you would use on that. Obviously, if you've been, if you were at least, you know, level 40 for like 5 seasons, then you would have the 5 cap breakers for that as well. So it's like for somebody like me that has like 12 cap breakers, 13 cap breakers, whatever it is at this point, without being vet 2. So without being vet 2, having like so many cap breakers, obviously I can utilize the cap breakers in speed and agility, probably utilize cap breakers in the mid-range if I really wanted to, or even the perimeter defense. I probably would do perimeter defense because I am shorter, kind of want more of that defensive edge, especially a challenger. And being able to get on-ball menace and pick dodger on Hall of Fame would be really, really good as well. So I don't know. I just feel like it would be kind of nice just to utilize that. But obviously I'm not playing on the build right now. I'm currently playing on like my pacer builds. So yeah, the only other pacer build that I have that would make sense in this terms would be my Nesmith build. And let me tell you, having really, really high perimeter defense, it just feels so damn good. So damn good. But yeah, the agility that we do have gives us on-ball menace, pick dodger, both on gold. We have shifty shooter on silver, can be upgraded to gold as well. Pretty cool stuff there. And then the strength being a 67, we do have physical finisher and strong handle, both on silver. So that's pretty good stuff there. Not able to get really anything upgraded here. Unless you really wanted to use one cap breaker on defensive rebound and get one cap breaker on strength to get box out beast. I don't really think that's going to do much. Or you can even use 4 caps on strength just to get that movable enforcer. If you have leftover caps, might be a good idea. And in the vertical, as we mentioned, you can get post riser if you use caps for driving dunk. But you also have aerial wizard, which we already talked about before, can be upgraded. I don't really think it's necessary to upgrade it, but that's pretty much about it when it comes to the vertical rating. So a lot of cool stuff here, man. If we take a look, we do have the Cason Wallace, Joe Namar's, Derek White comparisons here for this Cason Wallace build. But let me know what you guys think of the Cason Wallace build. 2-way, 3-level scoring threat. I definitely like it. I definitely like the Lou Dort build. I kind of, used a little bit of this build to template for Lou Dort's. Obviously at like 6'4" though instead, and changed up the build a little bit. So stay tuned for that build. I definitely think that's going to be pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for me. Just remember, if you guys want to see all of my future build videos first, go ahead, hit that join button, join for $5, become a Hall of Famer on the channel, and you'll be able to get access to members only content. So if a member requests a build, that build will be a members only video. The public will not see it, so only members will be able to see that. You'll get access to behind the scenes stuff. I'll probably record videos in 2K26 where I'm going behind the scenes and showing you guys my process on, how I'm making builds and my thought process on, certain players, how they play, and, what I'm trying to figure out and everything. Could give you behind the scenes of what builds I'm prepping for the future, videos, all kinds of stuff behind the scenes. And also access to members only streams. And you'll also be able to get access to, obviously, priority in the videos, as I mentioned, with the requested builds, but that just means that your builds will be next. And also, get a shout out. Get a shout out on the videos, man. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button. Share with your friends. Comment your feedback. Become a member. That's it for me. See you on the next one.